Hi everyone, welcome back. I hope you're all okay. As you can tell by my voice, I'm still quite ill. Getting over COVID though, hopefully. So please bear with me while I talk because it has really got into my chest and I am struggling a little bit. But this is, remember when we did the Pooh, the Winnie, no, the Pooh, the Piglet and the Tigger sets. And I did film the Eeyore set and then I've obviously deleted it at some point and never got round to redoing it and putting it up as a video. So I had an order last week and I thought perfect opportunity to quickly re-record it. So this is someone's order that they've ordered through my Etsy shop. I haven't had any orders this week apart from I've started selling like some stickers, nail art stickers, so I've had a few of those. I've been masked up, gloved up, everything's been sanitised, like my little packing station before and after every single order, but I've had no press on nail orders and I've had no clients this week. I've literally just been stuck in bed for like 3 days, but I'm feeling like I'm getting over the worst, thankfully. So all nails have 2 coats of chic rose, apart from the pinky, and we have done 1 coat of chic rose, gave that a cure, and then mama bear on the bottom and a little bit of the chic rose on the top and ombre them together. Then the thumb and the pinky gets a matte top coat, and then we are going back in with mama bear. Chic rose and mama bear, well, I can't talk. Chic rose and mama bear are both from ℍ𝕆𝔻𝕻, and you can save 30% using my code LittleNailRoom30. I kind of wish I didn't do a voiceover now. Listening to myself speak, it must be awful for you guys, so I do apologise. Mama bear on a long liner brush, and we're going to create a flower. We're not going to cure that, we're going to go straight in with a dotting tool and pop the champagne, which is also from ℍ𝕆𝕻𝕻, and we'll do the centre of that flower. Again, not curing either of those, so you want to make sure that the centre doesn't touch the petals and petals don't touch the centre, vice versa. And then we will go in with a glitter from Sparkle Supplies UK called Gold Crush, if I remember right. When I first did the Winnie the Pooh, Piglet and Tigger and Eeyore, obviously, I used, I think it was called Iced Gold glitter, but I feel like it was too chunky, so I changed it up to Iced Gold, which is a more finer glitter and it feels a little bit better if you are wearing these nails yourself. The Iced Gold is just, like I said, too chunky. It's a bit rough to be using it as a sugar, like a sugar glitter. So yeah, I changed to Iced Gold. So while the petals and the dot are still wet, take the Gold Crush and sprinkle that all on as if you were sprinkling clear acrylic on it, and then you want it, I always give it a double cure when I am applying glitter or acrylic to wet polish, so I'll give that a double cure, and then once it is cured I will use a scrubby nail scrubbing brush to brush off any excess. This is the first time that every single person in the house has had COVID all at the same time. The first few times that we've had it, it's just been a few of us, but my daughter got it first, the one that's quite poorly all the time, and then Ryan got it. Oh, hello, lots of alarms going off, and then it was myself and my oldest daughter on the same day, and then my the other twin later that day / next morning. Well, yeah, it's just been a bloody nightmare. I thought it would be gone by now, and it's just taking its toll. I used Mama Bear again on a dotting tool. Can you remember, I've done it a few times where you create love hearts using the dotting tool. You want to do it a little bit like that when you're doing the butterfly wings, but they're more spread apart, and then obviously it hasn't got a point at the end, it's got a flat line. And then once the blue butterfly wings are cured, I'm going in with Born Pretty's Pat Paint Gel, their black one. I'm going to do the centre, like the body of the butterfly and the two antennas, and then just like a little dotted line, like a trail of where it's been flying. Give that a cure, and that one is good to go. It can be top coated. And then the middle nail is Eeyore's tail. So we just literally want a little bit of a wiggly, thick line. Give that a cure, and we're going back in with the black Pat Paint Gel, and we're going to do the end of his tail, like all the fluffy end. Don't know if there's any like trick to doing this. It's kind of like a crescent shape, and then I'm just going to run the brush repeatedly through it because it's very messy, isn't it? It's a very messy tail. But it works really well to do it like that. So that needs a cure, and then we're going back in with Pop the Champagne. You can hear the girls in the background, they're feeling so much better, so much better. Pop the Champagne, I'm using the dotting tool to create the centre of the bow and the ends of the bow, and then I'll use my brush to fill it all in and pull it all together. And then once that is cured, we can go back in again to black gel paint and do all of the outlines of the tail and the bow, and I want to make the bow a little bit 3D-ish. And then we actually use, I don't think I showed you, but we use Mystique, another Madame Glam gel polish, on the dotting tool just on the very end, because he's like a pin the tail on the donkey sort of donkey, isn't he? And he's got like a pin stuck in his tail, like to make his tail stuck to him. So we do that with Mystique, and then once that is done, that is completely cured, done, whatever, we can move on to the next one. That can be top coated. And for the last nail is the ring finger. I like to, so I double coated in the Chic Rose, wiped off the sticky inhibition layer, and then buffed over the entire nail. Then I'll take a pencil and just faintly draw like a really rough sketch of where I want the proportions to go of the face. So I'll do that and then do the outline in black. So I'm drawing it back on the nail permanently. Give that a cure, and then I accidentally forget to press record when I'm filling in his face with the blue purple mama bear. But it is what it is, you know, we all know how to colour in. Take and Pop the Champagne on the inside of his ears. I'm trying to make sure that we're using the same two colours for everything. So we've got the Pop the Champagne and the Mama Bear, literally for everything, the butterfly, the tail, the flower, and obviously his face. So his little tufty bit that he's got on his head is a little bit like his tail, but instead of going in one direction, we want to go in all the directions. He's got a very, very messy top knot, turning into a mane on the top of his head. So once that is all messy as I'm happy with, I will do his eyebrows before I cure it, and any little bits that I feel like I can do now before he needs a cure. So I think I'd do his nostrils and, you know, like the stitching lines that he's got down that line on his face. So we can go ahead and cure that once that's done. And then it is just time for the eyes. Now, I really struggle with Eeyore in particular. His eyes. The other three characters I just did like black dots, but Eeyore, he's got those droopy eyes. So I do the big white eyes and then the black pupil. And I feel like I might change it so that it just stays like this. Eventually, might change the listing on Etsy. But because I originally did it where he's got half of the eyelids closed, and it is so tricky to do, mainly because it's cartoony, then I want to like outline it all, and it's impossible to outline on camera. So I take Mama Bear and I draw straight across the half of the white, just making sure that I get like the top bit of the pupil so he looks as droopy and as miserable as possible. And then I will outline his eyes and the eyelids, and he is all done. Finished with a matte top coat, and he's ready for his new home. Let me know what you think. I'm so glad someone ordered this so I got to film it again, because I was putting it off and putting it off. But let me know what you think. At least he is now ready to be with the rest of the collection. Don't forget, everything I've used will be linked in the description box down below as always, and hopefully come Wednesday I'll be sounding a little bit better and feeling a little bit better. Touch wood, I cannot wait. Thanks so much for watching. If you haven't already, please do hit that like button and consider subscribing too, because I really appreciate it. Thanks guys, see you in the next one. Bye.